Welcome to Cryptopia, where we discuss a bunch of different stuff and NFTs. I just came across this article real quick. It's actually quite old, but there hasn't really been much crazy NFT news lately. And to be honest, I'm very happy about that because lately, well, at the start of NFTs, we had too much of a boom. It's discussed in this article. Let's get into it. What's next for NFTs? Now, as we know, like I said, NFTs have seen a huge rise, but don't see the recent slowdown as the end of the road for the market. High-profile NFTs selling for millions of dollars was a sure sign that the market was treating them as a speculative asset. And by definition, markets for speculative assets are unstable and liable to dry up. The biggest question for NFT is their long-term value, which we believe is likely significant. As augmented reality technology matures, yes, freaking yes, I have been on this case for a hot minute. This is where things are going to pop off. Who doesn't love augmented reality? It's weird, it's crazy, and it's going to become a real prominent thing as time passes. We already had Pokemon Go. It's only going to get bigger from there. Normal people are going to be spending more and more of their time and therefore money in virtual environments. It's worth noting there has been talk of augmented and virtual reality taking place in the tech industry for years, with companies from Facebook to Microsoft making big bets in this space, but the tech is yet to see mainstream adoption, and I think that's because it hasn't really been utilized in a way that everybody feels comfortable and can get their hands on it. Pokemon Go, though, was a huge proponent to that, and my ex at the time where we were dating just wanted to play the game only in AR version, right? You had people who were playing in the regular non-AR version because they were getting really into the game. But I know a lot of people that just wanted to play just because you could see it out in the real world and capture them. And it was a fun little game. But there's so much more I could do. Another potential use of NFTs we may hear about in the few months ahead is music. I can see this for sure happening. Music. Well, we've already seen NFTs in the music space. We had the one that comes to my mind right now is The Weeknd, who had released a special collection, I believe it was, with original song, with an original song to whoever got it, whoever paid for it. I forget how much it sold for, but regardless, stuff like that is definitely going to be more and more prominent. I think when we see more artists getting into it, I know Eminem got into it at one point as well. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of other people who are musicians getting into the space. It's huge for art, as we've seen, but other art applications I think are going to be crazy. And this article does seem to have in high regard that music is going to be the next big thing. The NFT phenomenon has some issues to resolve before it becomes a widespread method of proving ownership of art and other original content, though copyright is a big one. Yes, some of the NFTs I've wanted to purchase myself, I've refrained from because of the issues surrounding, I don't know if I'll get a resale value on it. And so maybe I'm not going to buy that. And the other stuff that if I want to keep it forever, no problem. But if I want to trade it, going for that resale value later on, I have to know that hey, Nintendo's not going to screw me over because of some Pikachu copyright thing, which they probably would. But that one definitely needs to be figured out sooner rather than later, as I think that's going to be, nostalgia is a huge collectible reason for me. So I'd very much like to see if there's some sort of fair use idea we can get away with using current intellectual properties like we do on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. A number of artists and content creators have complained their work is being stolen and sold on NFTs online. Yes, this does happen. Osler said it's important that legal protections are added directly into the NFTs themselves and that consumers have legal recourse if something goes wrong. 100%. I just wanted to throw this out there because this is something that has been on my mind for a while now. I definitely want to see some more legal action taken into the space, just because it needs to be grounded more. What it's missing right now, it's way too Wild West, and I love the whole Wild West idea, but it is way too Wild West right now. It needs some sort of barriers, some sort of do's and don'ts and cans and wills to give us some idea about what we should make, what we can buy, what we can sell. So I'm hoping, excuse me, I'm hoping that becomes something sooner rather than later that is kind of put forward into the space. But until then, I'm going to go back over to our planet because I'm trying to figure out some stuff here so I can make a video about it. And I'm having some issues. Like that. Don't know what that means yet. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.